What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. So today we have a very exciting video for you guys. Something that I've been waiting to do for a very long time. Something I've been hitting at for a very long time. And the time has finally come to show you guys the new turbo for the 7.3 Powerstroke. Like I said, I've been waiting for this for quite a while. I've actually had the turbo sitting in my garage for probably close to the last 2 months. I haven't opened it. I haven't looked at it. It's been killing me. It's just been sitting there. But I wanted to get my initial reactions on video so you guys could see it as I was unboxing it and see it for the first time, same time as I was seeing it for the first time. What we're going to be doing in today's video is going through all the different parts and components of what is going to be going on the truck with the new turbo, and of course the turbo itself. We finally get to see it. So I'm not going to talk too much more before this. I'm just going to get to showing you what we have laid out on the table right next to me. All right, here is the table of all the goodies. Beautiful sight. I've been waiting to do this for a very long time. So these are all the different parts and components and pieces that are going to be going on at the same time as the turbo. I'm going to go through each and individual one of them. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, so it won't take too long to explain. And then, of course, we'll get to the unboxing of one last part and the turbo itself, which is sitting right there. So starting over here, you can see that I got a brand new set of intercooler piping for the truck. Now, you may be wondering, why did I get a new set of intercooler piping when I already have intercooler piping on the truck that works totally fine? This is kind of just one of those struggles of using your daily driver as a project rig. I don't have the luxury of having my truck down for a while. So I do plan on getting all the new metal components going into the truck powder coated. So I ended up getting another set of intercooler piping, so I didn't have to have my truck down while everything is out at the powder coater getting finished. Just kind of one of those things that makes it kind of suck to have your daily driver be your project truck, but it is what it is right now. You make do with what it is. That being said, once everything is in the truck and ready to go, I will have another set of intercooler piping and the spider that I'm taking out. If any of you guys are interested in, I can have them powder coated in whatever color you guys would like and ship them your way if one of you guys would like to purchase that. I think it'd probably be around $300, give or take. That's including the powder coating and the new pipes. I think the pipes themselves are like $150, $160. Powder coating is another $150 to $200. I think the guy that I'm using is charging me $200 for all the powder coating I'm doing. But this isn't a sales ad. I just want to let you guys know that that'll be coming in the future. Moving on, we have nice brand new riffraff intercooler boots. And of course, the best part, focus, made in the USA. That is always a good feeling, having that displayed in your truck. For those of you that are not aware, I am a big riffraff supporter. Everything you see here, except for that box and that box, is purchased through Riffraff Diesel. I'm not sponsored by them. I've never received any money from them. I've never received any deals from them. But he is hands down probably the best 7.3 supplier out there on the market. And he's a relatively local company to me, so it works out even better. Like I said, not sponsored, just a invaluable resource if you own a 7.3 truck. So with the new turbo, we're going to be pushing higher levels of boost. So I wanted to get brand new intercooler boots that could hold the boost levels, and they just look a lot nicer and cleaner. With the higher levels of boost that we're going to be running, we have brand new T-style stainless steel clamps for all of the connecting points throughout the entire truck. We got the 2 intercooler boots for down at the bottom, 2 intercooler boots below the spider, intercooler boots for the piping to the spider, and all the clamps for it. Now, something you don't see very often is these things right here. And what these are is Riff Raff's plenum inserts. So what's the purpose of this? Basically, the plenums on our trucks are a very, very thin, I don't know if it's tin, but it feels like a very thin punch steel or tin material. And if you tighten down the clamps on them too hard, you will actually end up crushing the intake into your truck, which obviously is not great. You end up losing boost. Isn't good all around. So basically, Riff Raff came up with a solution. Instead of getting whole new intake plenums, they do make those as well, but they're expensive. Instead of doing that, they gave you the option of these, which is basically just a little bit of a... Let me open this up real quick. There we go. So here you go. This is basically, I don't know if it's steel or aluminum. I don't have my magnet on me, so I can't check. But it is basically an insert that you tap into the plenum itself, and it provides a strong reinforcement so you can really clamp down on the intake plenums. Because you don't want to be losing boost because your clamps are too loose, but you don't want to be crushing your intake plenums because your clamps are too tight. So this is kind of that solution of not getting a full brand new intake and dealing with the replacement of those, but you can put these inside of them and it reinforced it. So just kind of another one of those things that Riff Raff has been in the market for 7.3s for a long time, and they have come up with cool products like this. So I'm glad I got these, and they should be of good use. Of course, the new clamps, I already showed those. Moving back over to here, we have nice 3/4 inch tubing, and inside this box is a brand new catch can for the truck. With the new turbo, I believe under the warranty for it, you have to delete the CCV. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. You have to delete the crankcase vents that goes into your intake for them to warranty it. And it's something I was probably going to end up doing anyways. So instead of running the standard CCV delete where you just vent it to the atmosphere, I ended up actually getting a catch can for it. For those of you that aren't aware of what a catch can is, basically you have your crankcase gases coming out of your crankcase. They go in through the catch can. All the oil and stuff that is in it condenses, drips down into the can itself, and then you flow it right back into the intake system. For those of you that have taken apart the intercooler system on your truck, you'll know that it is full of oil. And that is because the current crankcase vent from the factory vents right up into the intake before the turbo and then gets pushed through the whole intercooler system. So hopefully this should work out well. It's pretty common to just take the CCV out and vent it into the atmosphere like a lot of diesel engines do. I decided to go this route. I think it will be pretty cool. Not something you see all the time, and I just wanted to give it a shot. We'll see how it works. But yeah, so that's what that is. 3/4 fittings there, some 3/4 hose over there, and I think I have it figured out where I want to bolt it all up and mount that. So I'll be showing that as I do it. Moving on to the next piece is over here. For those of you that are unaware or do not know right off the bat, this is a boost fooler from Riff Raff. So what is a boost fooler? What's the point of a boost fooler? So for those of you that are unaware, 7.3 trucks will defuel themselves once they hit about 24-25 psi of boost. The turbo I'm putting in it should be able to hit that very, very easily. And if I don't have a boost fooler on it of some sort, the truck will defuel itself. So let me open this up for you guys so you guys can see it. So here you go. This is the boost fooler that basically you wire this tubing in line to your map sensor inside the truck, and it basically tricks or fools the computer into thinking that it's not seeing over 23 or 24 psi of boost. Like I said, this is basically just to ensure that your truck doesn't defuel itself when you hit those boost numbers. The trucks themselves should be safe up to 35 to 40 psi of boost. People push more than that, but the rule of thumb is usually around 40 psi's when you need head studs. So at the 25 psi point, I would like to be hitting higher than that, and I do expect to be hitting higher than that. So that is what this is. And to be honest, this is the first time I've actually had it out of the packaging. Obviously, you just showed me, or I just showed myself opening it, but I'm pretty happy with the quality of it. This is another part made by Riffraff, from Riffraff. There are definitely cheaper ways to do a boost fooler. You can build your own. There's plenty of forums out there that show you how to do it. As I'm sure you can tell by this point, I'm trying to make it as clean looking as possible. So I think this will do a good job of, one, fool the boost or fool the map sensor, and two, look good underneath the hood of the truck. So that's the next part. Moving on over here, directly because of that, I had to end up getting a new boost sensor for the truck. The Edge CTS that I'm running reads its boost off the map sensor, which works great until you get up above 24, 25 psi of boost, and you have a boost fooler on there. I'm sure you guys can connect the dots. If I got a boost fooler on the map sensor and I'm reading off the map sensor, I'm not actually going to know how high my boost levels are. So I'll be installing a new sensor in the intake manifold, so I can actually get a good idea and a good reading of what my boost levels are actually at. If I had to guess, I think I'm shooting for around 35 psi, give or take. So new boost sensor, not much to explain about that. That'll be going on along with the turbo. So I think that is it. It is time to do some unboxing for you guys. We got this box, and then of course the turbo coming in below. So I think I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod, open this up, and show you guys what's inside. Alright, so here is the last piece to the puzzle. You probably noticed we got the intercooler piping, all the boots, all the clamps, all the hoses, but we don't have a new intake spider yet, and that is what is in this box right here from Pusher Intakes. I did not get sponsored from them by this. I just liked the look of their product. It has good reviews, and so I wanted to give it a shot. Like I said, it just arrived in the mail today, sooner than I expected, which is kind of nice. Thank you, Pusher, for having quick delivery. Obviously, it was unopened. I haven't seen what it looks like yet. So let's see. Ooh, well, we got a nice sticker that'll match the toolbox you see in the background. Some nice colored instructions. I have seen good things that they have good instructions. I don't really think I'll need them for this install per se. But it's always good to have quality instructions. Now let's see if I can get it out of here without making a mess. Maybe. I'll tell you what, the packaging is pretty good. Here's piece number one. Piece number two. I'll get this box out of the way. It's like Christmas morning right here. what, the packaging is solid. There we go. Oh man. These things are sweet. Oh, I'll give you a close-up once I get them both unwrapped. Dang. That's awesome. We got some hardware in with these. There we go. Holy. Alright, let me give you guys a close-up of these things. Alright, so here we go. We got the nice brass hardware for your 90 degree for the map sensor, that to go to your wastegate, and then of course some extra plugs to go into all of these different ports. Now take a look at this. Check out those welds. Pretty darn good, I would say. I am no expert welder, so that looks pretty phenomenal to me. This is the intake spider that goes into the truck. It sits just like this in the truck right here. So each one of those goes down into your passenger and driver plenum. You have, alright, sorry about that. The camera died. Had to replace the battery. Not sure where I left off. But here we go. Here's the nice new pusher intake system, two-piece design. Not a whole lot to say about it other than the quality or build quality on it seems to be phenomenal. You can see the welds in there, nice stacked dimes, all the different ports. You got one of them going to your map sensor, one of them will be going to your wastegate. You have your air intake sensor port in the middle, and then you got all the different plugs and everything, so you can plug off the ones you're not using. I'll be using one of these ports for my boost sensor. That's where I'll be tying in, and the rest of them will probably be filled. For those of you that want to run some nice go-go juice or some water meth systems, something like this would be perfect because you can have a jet onto each intake if you wanted to. Of course, that's what goes into the head. This is what comes off of your turbo. They have the nice welded-on flange. Again, very nice looking welds. Super clean product. You have this right here, which is what your wastegate control solenoid mounts to. Overall, very, very clean system. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them at all. I just really like the look of their products. The build quality seems to be very nice. And it's not some other blue company's products that I didn't really feel like sending my money to. So this is one of the options out there. Something I should mention is there's not a whole lot wrong with your stock intake spider, but that is an advantage to be running a two-piece system, so you're not transferring heat from the turbo side. Because normally, let's see if I can set this up for you guys. So normally you have it set up just like this, where it comes out of your turbo down into the intercooler piping, and then it comes back down after the intercooler into the intake. Now the stock manifold or intake spider, they are connected. The stock intake spider, they are connected, and so heat transfers from this side of the pipe directly to the intake pipe. And what this does is it obviously creates separation, so you don't have that heat transfer going into it, so you should get cooler intake temperatures. That's the theory behind it. The numbers that people test seem to back it up, and to be completely honest, I think it just looks like a good product. So again, these will be getting powder coated the same color that those are getting powder coated. Should look really, really clean. We got the black boots that'll be connecting onto them. Yeah, overall, my first impressions of this product, it looks really, really good. So, without further ado, it is finally time to unbox the turbo that you guys have all been waiting patiently for. Let me move this stuff out of the way, and let's get this turbo on the table. All right, the time has finally come to reveal what turbo is going on the 7.3 Powerstroke. I'll tell you what, she is heavy, probably a 45-pound box, somewhere around there. Some of you guys have already guessed what turbo company I chose to go with. I have mentioned them in previous videos if you were paying attention, but I will obviously show you guys who I went with and explain why I chose them. There we go. Not sure if you guys will be able to see this. KC300X 6368 7.3 Powerstroke turbo. Oh man, I have been waiting for this day for a very long time. So, it looks like they do come with all the different O-rings you need to install it. That is nice. Not all turbos come with those, I don't believe. So I'm glad that they include them. Of course, a nice sticker as well. You gotta have the stickers. And now the turbo itself. I think I'm gonna have to turn the box. No, maybe not. Oh, it's so big. That's what she said. Come on. Don't knock the clamps off. Nice, brand new intake boots. And now the turbo itself. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Oh man. Here she is. She's so pretty. Here she is, guys. This thing looks beautiful. Don't worry, I'll give you guys a close-up look. I'm just kind of savoring the moment right now. Oh man. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, let me give you guys a close-up. Here she is, guys, all here in her shiny glory. Oh, this thing is absolutely beautiful, and it is massive. I mean, give you a comparison of how big this intake actually is. I mean, I can basically fit my entire fist in there. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the blades in there. Spins just flawlessly. God, this thing is so good looking. Hopefully the camera does it justice. It is. I'm excited. I am very, very excited for it. As you can see in the video, we got the exhaust side here with no back pressure valve on it. We don't have that restriction in the system anymore. Nice big old billet wastegate. I don't know what it's set at yet, but we'll figure that out. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. So, like I said, this is the 6368 KC300X Turbo. Now, before I get too far into this, I do want to say that KC is sponsoring the channel. They are the first sponsor for the Living on Wheels channel, and I could not be more excited to have them working with us. So how all that worked out was basically I had been following KC for quite a while. They were a newer company in the 7.3 market that I really didn't know much about. For the longest time, probably the first 15 years or so of 7.3 Powerstrokes in existence, the go-to turbos were either the Garrett 38R turbo, ball bearing turbo, or going to a full T4 Borg-Warner type setup. That was until KC came along, and they have absolutely been killing it on the market. So the market has kind of been, as far as 7.3s go, the market has really been kind of stagnant for the last decade or more, with those two options, either Garrett ball bearing turbo or switching to a T4 setup. KC finally came along, and they have completely changed the market in terms of 7.3 turbos. I know this sounds like a paid advertisement. They're not paying me to say any of this. They helped, how the sponsorship worked was they helped me get this turbo to have on the channel. I approached them and said, hey, I've been following your company. I like what you're doing. I really like the look of your products. I would love to get one of your products on the channel, and they were extremely gracious and were able to help me get this turbo on the channel. I did still pay for this turbo with my own money. They just gave me a little bit of a discount so I could get it on the channel for you guys. That's full disclaimer. I want you guys to know that. But that being said, if they had given me the sponsorship or not, I was going to go with a KC turbo. Give you a couple of reasons why. I will say one of the main things that drew me to KC turbos was their testing. I think probably most of you guys are familiar with Banks Performance. They are a very well-known company, and the reason they're so well-known is because they are constantly testing their products to get the best products on the market for people to use. And that is exactly what drew me to KC turbos. Like I said, I was a little hesitant at first because they were new. But as time got on, I was constantly seeing them post. If you follow any of their social medias, you will constantly be seeing videos of their products, dynos of their products. They'll give you the dyno sheets of their products. They stand behind the numbers of their product, and that's what drew me the most to KC turbos, was the fact that they don't just build the turbo and say how good it is. They literally will put it in their trucks, put it on the dyno, and tell you exactly what numbers they're seeing. They're a very upfront company. They were good for me to work with, very friendly, easy to get in contact with. As of right now, I can speak very highly of my dealings with KC Turbos. Obviously, this is my first turbo I've gotten from them. I haven't run them in any other vehicles. I haven't seen them run in any other vehicles personally or in person. So I will be giving you guys a full 100% honest review of this turbo in my truck. Now, as far as size goes, this video could go on for half an hour or more when it comes to picking the right size turbo for your truck. I won't ramble on too much because I know this video is already getting long. But I went with the 6368 0.84 housing. The reason I chose this is because I'm not running huge injectors, and I didn't want to go with a big turbo and get turbo lag with it not spooling up. My goal was to have this be the best daily driver turbo that I could get that pushes good numbers and lowers my EGTs, and I think this size combination will do a very good job doing that. I could have gone with the 1.0 housing, but with the size of injectors I have, the AC 160s, I think the 0.84 housing will give me a really, really good down low response on the turbo. The turbo itself is rated for exactly what the injectors I am running on my truck right now. If you guys haven't been to KC's website, I highly encourage you to go to their website. All of their turbos they have listed on their website have a listed range of injector sizes for each turbo. Like I said, they do tons and tons of testing on the dyno, and so they will literally go through different injectors at each level and see how they run on the dyno, how they run towing, how they run under all different types of circumstances. And then on their website, they have listed what size injectors they would recommend for the turbos that they have on their website. And they literally have everything from this with relatively small injectors all the way up to their KC38R ball bearing Tiger turbo, the monster of monsters, recommended for some pretty big hybrid turbos. Pretty big hybrid injectors. So if you haven't checked out their website, I highly encourage you to check it out. Where do we go from here? Like I said, I'm getting all this stuff powder coated. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this compressor housing off. I'm going to be taking these intercooler pipings. I got the pusher intake system down there. All of that is going to be color matched and powder coated, so it looks all nice and good underneath the hood. I think it'll give it a really, really good look underneath the hood of the truck and really clean things up. Well, there you guys go. That is the new turbo that's going to be going on the truck. I know I've been hitting at this for quite a long time. The time has finally come for me to show you it. First time I've seen it, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen the turbo in person as well, and it looks killer. Obviously, I don't know how it performs yet, but from everything I've seen online, it should be an absolute beast and a huge improvement over the stock turbo. So where are we going to go from here? Like I said, I'm going to be getting the intercooler pipes powder coated, the intake spider powder coated, and then the compressor housing on the turbo itself will also be getting powder coated. They will all be color matched, and they should look pretty darn sweet. Let me know what you guys think, what color I'm going with. I've already decided, so I'm not going to tell you guys to tell me what color, but let me know what you guys think, what color I'm going with. If you guys have been around for a while, you'll know that I painted my current intercooler piping blue, which looked pretty darn good. I was pretty happy with that look. But if you guys think I'm going with a different color, let me know. Take your guesses down below. All of these parts are going to the powder coater tomorrow morning, so I actually have to take this turbo apart a little bit, get that compressor housing off of it so I can get it to the powder coater. That's kind of where a little bit of bad news comes into play. Because it took a little bit longer than I expected to get all these parts and components in, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this turbo installed over break. I'm really going to try. It really depends on how fast the powder coater can get the parts back to me. If he can get them to me the last week of my holiday break, I'm hoping, and I think I should be able to get them all installed that last weekend before I go back to work, but it's kind of up in the air. Hopefully, I'm really, really hoping he has a pretty good turnaround time, they can get those parts back to me pretty quickly, but we'll see. It's up in the air. Either way, it should be happening in the very near future. I can't really say how excited I am to get all this stuff on the truck. It should be freaking awesome. So I think with that, I'm going to be wrapping up this video. I know it's probably already pretty long, so if you guys stuck through it, I appreciate it. As always, if you guys like the video, leave it a thumbs up. Hopefully you guys understand why it kind of took so long for me to get this all into place. As you can imagine, this table of parts is not cheap. So I've been saving and working, and I finally have all the pieces here to go on the truck. If you guys like the video, leave it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. All of your guys' interactions really help the channel grow. The more you guys comment, the more you guys like, the more YouTube actually shares the content. It's basically you guys telling YouTube that, hey, this is a good channel, it's entertaining stuff, and YouTube looks at it, sees the interaction from you guys, and shares it more. So honestly, your guys' interaction is the heart of this channel. So if you guys like the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have questions about any of this stuff, leave them down below, and I'll try to get back to everybody that does. Of course, like I always say, I say it in a lot of videos, but I will try to list all of these different parts on the video description down below so you guys can check them out, see what they're priced. If it's an Amazon link, I will say that it does help the channel out. It does not cost you guys anything extra. I just get a very, very small cut, like 2 or 3% of it, which isn't huge, but it helps the channel out because I'm buying stuff like this to try to get good content for you guys. So if you see an Amazon link and you're interested in the product, go check it out. If you want to buy it, buy it. If not, that's totally fine. As always, I do my best to try to have all this stuff linked in the video descriptions. I should be able to get all this stuff linked. Of course, like I said, most of it is through Riffraff, and so there'll be a bunch of Riffraff links down there. I'll get the turbo through KC link down there. I should be able to get it all in the description below. So if you guys are interested in any of the pieces, they should be linked down there. If you guys are new to the channel, maybe this is the first video you're watching, if you're interested in seeing the install of this turbo or any other projects that I have done on the truck already, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. We got a lot of stuff done, some other cool stuff coming, and possibly another new truck or vehicle in the near future. I got some things that I'm looking for. I'm not quite sure what route I want to go with yet, but I think there is another vehicle or truck or something, I'm not sure yet, coming to the channel here in the near future, so stay tuned for that. Of course, we're going into the holiday season. I am going to be traveling, so that makes it basically impossible to film, so I'm going to try to get some stuff done before then for you guys. So I'm going to do my best, but if I don't get another video up and I don't see you guys again, hopefully you guys have a great holiday season, whether it's celebrating the holidays or just getting some time off work. Hopefully you guys can spend some time with friends and family, get a little bit of time to relax, recharge, and have a good time. I know I am looking forward to it. Hopefully, and probably not the next video, but the video after that, I should have all this stuff back from the powder coater, and we'll do a nice reveal video on that, and then we're going to get to the install of it all. With that, I think I'm going to wrap up the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.